Hi everyone, my name is Mike Moran, the principal at Woodrow Wilson High School. In this short little video, I'm going to go through the vision and mission of Woodrow Wilson High School. So the following video explains the Woodrow Wilson High School vision and mission, as well as key elements that will help us achieve our goals. Regardless of the instructional model, all students deserve a high quality learning experience in a safe and welcoming environment. So our vision is committed to being the exemplary high school for teaching and learning. So I know that as we're going into this new year, there's a lot of things that a lot of schools are uncertain about, and there's things that we'll have to figure out as well. But we know that we're going to have to work hard to be that exemplary school, and hopefully other teachers will be able to look and see what we're doing. Other schools will look at how we are putting things in place so that they can have stronger systems and be able to educate their students like we're going to. And our mission hasn't changed, and that's really that we need to know every student personally. We need to make sure that we maximize the social, emotional, and academic growth of every Wildcat, probably more important now than ever to really grow that whole child, and that every Wildcat is going to graduate college and career strong. So we talk a lot about our Paw Values. That's the idea of pursuing excellence, being accountable, and working together. We know that those are critical elements as our students graduate, that they're strong in those areas. As a campus and staff culture, we do the same things as models. But then we've also kind of thought through how we can utilize vehicles of hope and perseverance and ingenuity. So our STEM department this summer inspired us with the ideas of these as being vehicles that are headed to Mars. So the idea of pursuing excellence, really, you have to have hope and optimism that things are going to get better. And to be accountable, it means to persevere. And sometimes we want to make excuses or we want to give reasons why we can't do things, but it really means having an attitude of not giving up. And then working together, we know that there are going to be things that no one before us has done and the ways that we'll do those. And to achieve goals that are larger than what any individual can accomplish, we have to be able to work together, and that's going to require ingenuity. And then these are kind of in our ship metaphor and our space travel metaphor. We've got these twin engines that need to be running all the time. So we need to have a safe and welcoming environment. And this goes for all Wildcats, for students and for staff, is that here at Woodrow, we need to make sure that there's physical, emotional, and psychological safety. There's meaningful, relevant work and classroom discourse, that they're feeling seen, respected, and cared for by adults and peers, and that there's opportunities to set and meet goals, to learn and recover from mistakes. We want these to be true for all of our students and all of our staff. And then we know we all are going to learn a lot this next year. So high quality learning experience means that there's strong alignment. There's well organized, objective driven lessons. And there's mastery of an appropriate learning objective so that students, staff members, that we know where we are and we know the criteria for mastery. The delivery is clear, cohesive, and purposeful. That students and the learners engaging in cognitive work, that they're the ones doing the thinking and the heavy lifting. So cognitive demand that elicits a productive struggle. And then there's practice and application that's focused and has collaborative and independent tasks mixed in. And then as we build our distance learning models, really these are great practices in any of our learning situations. So we're calling these thrusters. So our thrusters would help you fire one up to make sure that we stay on track. So we're going to think about designing for student agency so that they can start to own their own learning and graduate and solve their own problems. Wayfinding, so wayfinding in Google Classroom or Canvas to find your way through the curriculum, but also really just finding our way through the world right now. Designing for relationships, so relationships with the teacher, relationships with peers, and then designing for assessment. So there's a cycle of feedback where we can see what students can master and we can provide them timely feedback. And then we're going to need jet fuel. So over the course of the year, there's going to be things that are going to challenge us, but as a culture and a climate of our campus, we need to make sure there are things that are going to keep us fulfilled. And so we found the idea of collective efficacy, that we all are working together. There is no your or mine. There's only us and our. And at the bottom, you see highly successful teams create the conditions for mastery by focusing on the following 4 processes. So we commit to learning together, cause and effect relationships, looking at student work, looking at the impact of our instruction, goal-directed behavior, so that we really focus on what was in our control and what we can master. And then also purposeful practice, that we're really focused and we give each other feedback, but that we have to practice the things that are most important. So to summarize, our vision is to be that exemplary school for teaching and learning, and our mission is to make sure that each child feels seen, known, and grown. Our vehicles are hope, perseverance, and ingenuity. Our engines are a safe and welcoming environment, and then we have high-quality learning experiences for all of our students. Our thrusters are going to be that we're going to design for agency and wayfinding, for relationships and assessment. And then that fuel that's going to keep us going through the toughest times is this idea of collective efficacy. So by working together, where we're going to see growth, we're going to see growth in our student perception scores. with respect to student engagement and supportive relationships. So when students give us feedback on their experience, we're going to see increased positive responses with questions that are aligned with student engagement and supportive relationships. Teachers' feedback on professional development as we add techniques and tools is going to go up, and we're going to measure that through our climate surveys. Observation scores, as we master online instruction through the teacher performance rubric, we're going to see those scores go up as we see increased fluency with the online learning model. And then the number of students graduating career, college, and military ready is going to increase as well. So 100% of students means 100% of us. So it's a commitment to every class and every course and all students, and that together as a campus, this has to be a mission that we take personally, and that's the only path to 100%. So again, thank you guys for partnering with us to make Woodrow Wilson High School the exemplary school for teaching and learning.